Welcome back. Today we're talking about transformations of quadratic functions. Let's go ahead and take a look at some vocabulary. So remember, a parent function is the most simplified form of a function. For exponential functions, the parent function is either going to be f of x equals x squared or y equals x squared. A translation is going to shift vertically or horizontally from the vertex. The reflection is going to flip the graph, and dilation is either going to stretch or compress the parabola. Now let's take a look at each of these things in action. So starting with reflection, we see that changing the sign on the leading coefficient a will reflect the graph over the x-axis. So you can see our red graph is y equals x squared. If I put a negative in front of that, y equals negative x squared, you can see the parabola flips over the x-axis. For dilation, changing the coefficient a will either stretch or compress our parabola. So if we're looking at our parent function there, that's the red one, we've got y equals x squared. Our blue one, we can see that we've changed a to a number greater than 1, and this is going to compress our parabola, so it's going to make it a little sharper. If we look at our green parabola there, we've changed a to less than 1, and that's going to stretch our parabola out. All right, so if we have greater than 1, makes it smaller. If we have less than 1, it's going to make it wider of a parabola. With translating, making changes to the constant will create a vertical shift. So here I've got my y equals x squared, that's my parent function. If I add 2 to it, notice that it's going to change my parent function and it's going to cause it to go up 2. So I've changed it vertically by adding 2 to my constant. Now let's look at a different kind of translation. So in this translation, I've added or subtracted a number directly from x. So before I had x squared and I was adding 2 on the end. This time I'm subtracting 2 directly from x and then squaring it. This is going to create a horizontal shift. And notice that it moves in the opposite direction. So here I've got x squared. I subtracted 2, but it moved to the right instead of the left. So you're subtracting 2, you think, oh, it's going to go to the left, minus 2. It's going to do the opposite of that, because remember, we're going to be squaring it, so it's going to be becoming the opposite sign. So whenever you're doing translating and you go directly from that x, it's going to move it horizontally, not vertically. Now let's try some practice on our own. So here we've got some practice problems on our own. It says, using the Desmos graphing calculator, describe the changes made to the parent function, y equals x squared. So the first one, we can type each of these in our Desmos calculator, but hopefully we can remember the rules. So I can see that I've made a negative x squared there and a negative 3. So that means that I'm going to reflect the parabola over the x-axis because I've changed that positive x squared to a negative x squared. And I've shifted down 3 because I have a minus 3, and I didn't do that directly to the x, I did it to x squared. The second one, I've got x plus 2 inside the parentheses, so this time I did do something directly to the x, which means that that's going to translate my parabola horizontally to the left. My last one there, I've got 4x squared plus 5, so I can see that I've changed the a, the coefficient in front, to 4, so that's going to compress my parabola by a scale factor of 4, and then since I have plus 5, that's going to translate it vertically by 5. That brings us to the end of these practice problems. It also brings us to the end of this set of notes. If you like this video, go ahead and say thumbs up. If you love this video, go ahead and say sub. And we will catch you in the next one.